Okay, now we're going to make some keema. Keema is a little bit like minced meat, and we're going to make it with soy granules so that once again we don't have any of the cholesterol and high fat that you find in meat. And we soak these granules in water for about half a day, and so they begin to look like this. And then I put them in a pot and boiled them with garam masala, with a little bit of garam masala. So now these are boiled, cooked soy granules with garam masala, and now we're going to make the sauce for it. So I'm going to start with some cumin seeds and put them on this hot pan. And we wait till they begin to sputter a little bit. And when we get them to sputter, we're going to add some onions. These onions have a little bit of salt put on them so that they're losing their water, and so we can cook them with these seeds without any oil. So I'm going to add the onions in. And start cooking this in, and we just spread it evenly and let it cook. And meanwhile, we can even add some bay leaves into this and let them cook. And meanwhile, we're going to put some ginger and some garlic into this and make some paste. I'm going to add some chilies in as well. There we go. So we have this paste ready, and we're just waiting for these onions to brown. And here you can see that they're not sticking. That's because of the salt that was in them, so that they lost their water, and they're cooking in their own water basically. And what's interesting is that most people think that you can only fry onions in oil, but you can brown them and make them like fried onions even without any oil. The only thing is that it takes a little bit longer, because when you're cooking in oil, the heat is much more, and so the browning goes really fast. But when you're cooking without oil, you're cooking at much lower temperatures. It's much more nutritious, but it takes a little longer. So now you can see that they're beginning to brown a little bit. We just need to go a little bit longer. And we could add the ginger and the garlic and the chili paste in as well. Here we go. So here we have all this roasting together. And as soon as this cooks a little bit, we're going to add in the tomatoes. Here we go. Now, soy doesn't really have so much taste, and so we want to make the sauce really flavorful so that it absorbs the taste of all the spices inside. We can even add a few more spices. We'll add some turmeric. And some chili powder. And some cumin powder. And this is coriander seed powder. And we'll just roast this in so that the spices get sauteed a little bit as well. We're just going to have to let this cook a little while. In the meantime, we can even add some peas in. These peas are semi-cooked and they're just to bring a little bit of color to this dish. And salt as well. So now you can see that the tomatoes are getting soft. And we're going to add this mixture of the soy mince with the garam masala. And now we just let it cook until it absorbs all the flavors. And until the peas are done as well. So we can just leave this to cook. And while this is cooking, we'll get our garnish ready. So here's some cilantro leaves that I'm going to chop up for the garnish. Okay. And so now this has been cooking for around 20 minutes and we're all done, and we're going to top it with these cilantro leaves. Turn off the flame first and garnish it. And of course, if you don't like cilantro, you don't have to put it on top. It's just for fun. And you can also use parsley instead. So here's our minced meat or keema made with soy granules. And as you can see, there's no fat oozing around. We haven't used any oil, but there's normally in meat you have a lot of fat as well. We don't have any of this, so it's a really healthy dish and you won't feel loaded after it.